Hi, I'm Danny with Legion AVS, and today we'll be talking about how to properly coil a cable. Now, I know this sounds like a simple thing that shouldn't need an explanation, but in the events and film industries, there can be a lot of cables, and keeping them in good working condition is super important. With proper cable coiling technique, we can train cables to lay flat and straight, unwind easily, and in general be easier to manage. The technique we'll be going over today is called over-under and is the most widely used technique in both industries, and it can be used for cables of all sizes and lengths, from XLR to generator feeder cable from 15 feet to 150. Why should you coil cables a certain way? Well, let's look at two power cables. These are both 12-gauge, 3-wire power cables with Edison plugs. Practically identical in every way, except one is a brand new cable out of the box, and one is a cable we pulled from our inventory and has been trained over the years. See the difference? The cable from our inventory lays flat and relatively straight, while the new cable is spiraling off the ground and it creates a trip hazard and is kind of unmanageable. If you could feel it, you'd see it's stiff. This is because when you buy cables, they have been on a spool, they've been coiled in a single direction, all of the braids of the copper inside are going one direction. You gotta work that out. So our job is to train the new cable so it's easier to work with, and we do that with the over-under method. All right, let's get started. First, take the end of the cable in your left hand. Then, grab about 2 feet from the end of the cable with your right hand, your palm facing down. Bring your right hand to your left and twist the cable with your fingers as needed to create your first loop. This is your over loop. Now repeat the motion, but grab the cable with your palm facing up. As you bring your right hand to your left, you will rotate your hand so the cable is coiling under itself. This is an under loop. Now we go back to an over loop. Palm facing down, slight twist of the fingers. Here's our over loop. Now another under. Palm up, rotate the hand so the cable is under itself. We will alternate back and forth, over, under, until the cable is completely coiled. By alternating between an over and an under loop, you're removing the need for the cable to twist to keep its shape. This allows the cable to lay flat and be easier to work with. It also has a few other benefits. If it's a short cable, I can throw it and be reasonably sure it will unwind properly and go where I want it. If it's a long cable, I can put the cable on the ground and walk with the end I need, and again, it will unwind in an orderly fashion as I walk away. You will also notice the cables coiled this way always keep a nice round shape. No boomerangs, twists, or tangle messes here. This allows you to have a really efficient cable pack. This is one of the absolute must-know basics for the event and film industries. It has a ton of benefits that make life easier for everyone on the crew. It does take some time to perfect, and there are some nuances to the gauge and length and type of cable you're coiling, but this initial understanding of how to properly coil a cable using over-under is the first step to becoming a master in the field.